about getting figures. All my ain't father figures, just know my quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo porso, photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo porso, photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne. Knifes his way forward here, but just...
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, it's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, high zoom, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30.
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenfield's finest. Boss.
Yeah.
DJ Drama.
Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been tell you the dash on wood. 10 payments, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. So I threw the lot of the starstruck. Hop in the ride and we took in the truck, couple in the truck, and they all. They might say what's up when they see me around the city, but really no reason to talk much. Dinner a nice guy, but no nice guys here. I'm toe tagging, no Bilbo bagging, y'all coming up short. Take a recess. This a heat check. Yeah. Shorty let me quick as a clear with a pre-check. This lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Seen it myself for years. The vision is mine alone. Just me, myself, no peers. Yeah. I don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving life for the noise. I give you my life in the source. I don't even write anymore. Yeah. Get it and drove like it's whipping a stove. That break hard like habits. No days off, no Sabbath. No snakes in my yard, no rabbits. Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been take it, a dash on wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan. I could probably take the hood for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real. Let's explore the moment. Ain't outside there agoraphobic. If you see me live, you would.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on, set.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. The slot man in motion right. From the 31, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 and 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Colts at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Taylor. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They go play action now. Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Beckham goes in motion left. Throwing on second and long. Lawrence trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. On third down, here's Taylor. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. And the first play will be a field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. ETN once more. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Slot man moves right. 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Ryan trying to lay one up deep, and this is going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker, who got in and dropped him to the turf.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the 1st down marker.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
3rd down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll air this one out for Kirk. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Play action. It's Ryan. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Second and 9 from the 44.
Tuesday. 21.
Play action. Ryan. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. And then he's caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And here comes the end around as Ryan will just leave this for his wide out.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Tuesday.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Again, Ryan. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. In motion left is Beckham. Now Lawrence on 1st down. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. These two teams, division rivals, of course. And you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win. And the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022. But the 2-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville. And that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game. Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now it's Ryan. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. They'll get this off to ETN. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Lawrence on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he will have a Jaguars first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
The slot man in motion right. Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. He's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he learned a ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think
he's got a man, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A big play there for Indy. 45 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Ryan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And his kick is indeed good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A quick throw complete out to Beckham. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st down for Odell Beckham Jr. We can finally say it, partner. OBJ got his ring. Really fit in with the Rams once he got there and was invaluable, leading them to a Super Bowl victory. Suffered a knee injury in that game.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So Shaquille Leonard didn't have a sack all of last season? So what? Still one of the most intimidating defenders in the league. He's an All-Pro for the 3rd time in only 4 years in the NFL. By the way, he did force a league-high 8 fumbles, too.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Lawrence. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether You keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Pick it up.
You can do it, baby!
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That one complete downfield to Kirk. And he'll be out right at the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, program, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to throw, Lawrence. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, you see the speed there of Daxton Hill reaching him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run once more with Taylor. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Here's Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Throwing now, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to 1 final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. You just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Indianapolis, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1.
Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad off the ditty. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These know ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad, I ain't stop it cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue, I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sit that'll be when I get to me. My check don't discriminate, still take deposits if you talking Vietnamese. I just be having my way, only care about what the pay tell us say. Urge you wanna be, don't gotta whip it, rag on no petty. Lips like talk with that on your hip, if you ain't gon' rip it up, pop it. Empty the like show me a benefit. Let me dumb it down, Benjamin. For you be not equivalent. Really bad, looking so innocent, bossy predicament. I see no biggie, honestly I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a lack, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No, ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm biting. Stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like it. I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hiding the shank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. This bun on my knife, I'm trying to look. They do not cover me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if you're under me. I'm with it and Rex involved. All they texting calls. You run me that, making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on the throne, you ain't taking none. You bragging on pants, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a lack, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No, ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm biting. Stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. I ain't keeping up with what you saying on the internet. I ain't keeping up with the news. When I get that daily paper, stop playing me. Pap.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, on the curve, on the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. When that rush comes, do what I gotta do. I'm moving with a tool, I'm painted like a fool.
Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley, white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miscount cause I'm off yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, on the curve.